Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Mark, and in this video I wanted to talk about what we may be feeling, what we may be experiencing since we have moved through the solstice and through this portal that has been opened up from the Saturn and Jupiter conjunction. A lot of things maybe we didn't expect to feel, so stay tuned for this one. If you have not already, please subscribe to my channel and hit that notification bell so you be notified when I release new videos. So in my previous videos, when I've talked about the Great Conjunction, the solstice energy, I kept stressing not to have expectations. Now that we've moved through this portal, you may be experiencing some things that are a little bit surprising, and I wanted to talk about those and reassure you that everything is good, everything is moving forward just as it's supposed to. So when we receive high frequency energy, what's happening is that we're making ourselves available to ground our soul's energy, this high frequency light. Now we know that when we do this, it creates space within our body, and when space is created, when we hold this energy, we are able to release dense energy. We're able to transmute this dense energy, and our frequency, our body's frequency, rises as a result. Well, during this process, as this density is released, we may start to feel a little bit wobbly. We may not start to feel not so good. Maybe we're going to have some fear come up. Maybe we're going to have some anxiety, maybe some old patterns of the past. And this is all completely normal. These are densities that were stored in the body. And now that our soul's energy is coming in and knocking on the door saying, hey, let me through, we have to release this dense energy so that we can actually hold the space to bring our soul's energy through. So we do this by allowing these feelings, these trapped emotions, unprocessed emotions to come up to be felt. So after a period of these high frequency energy waves that, like we just received with the solstice and the conjunction, come into our body and they start to vibrate our cells faster, these emotions come up, because that's how we create space. That's how we raise our frequency. And the more we can go through these processes and actually allow ourselves to feel these emotions, the easier it becomes for us to continue on our ascension journey. So it's very crucial that at this time we want to accept whatever comes. And the best way to do this is to hold that space, take a step back, and be the observer of our thoughts. Be the observer of the emotions. Feel whatever comes up and just allow it to be. Okay, we need to allow these feelings to exist. We don't want to suppress them. The reason they are there and they were stuck in the body as densities, dense energy, is because we have not processed them in the past, whether it's from a past life, whether it's from something that occurred, a trauma that occurred earlier in life. These were emotions that were unprocessed. So as this higher frequency energy comes through, we have the ability, we are being shown exactly what these emotions are that need to be processed. So we let them come up, we let them be, we observe them with space, meaning we don't identify with them. Okay, we don't allow them to charge us. We don't give them energy. We just be present with them. And the way we do this is we bring our awareness into it. And exactly as I'm saying, we're able to sit and observe these emotions and know that they are coming up to be felt. Okay, so we don't have to identify with them. We don't have to become them. Or most importantly, we don't want to react to them. We want to let them be. And as we let them be and we bring our awareness back to the process and trusting the process, we will feel these emotions start to yield. Okay? If it's fear, the fear is going to start to dissipate. Because what we're doing is we are reassuring our body that this fear isn't real. And as we hold the fear and hold the space and the awareness, we are enabling the signal to get from our mind down into our body. And our body is going to start to relax. Our body's going to say, oh, okay, this isn't real. And we know the body represents really the subconscious mind. That's where these patterns are stored. They're stored within the body, and these are the patterns that control our behavior until we bring awareness to them. So if we could hold the space and bring awareness to these energies, these thoughts, these emotions, okay, and feel them, the body will move out of fight or flight mode and relax. And that is an indication of a transmuting of the energy, of a shift, of a reprogramming of the subconscious mind. And a lot of people don't realize that, but these patterns are stored in the body. When I talk about breath work, when I talk about bringing awareness to the body, finding these densities, I know we've talked about this a lot in the group coaching sessions, with the breath work and things, we are locating these densities. We are actually reprogramming the subconscious mind. Because when we have a reaction to something out of fear, out of anxiety, we feel it in the body, right? Right away you feel it, you have a reaction. Maybe it's gastrointestinal, maybe you have, a reflux type of reaction, a blood pressure spike, maybe the hairs on the back of your neck stand up, right? These are these trapped, stuck emotions, patterns living within the body. Okay, so what we want to do now is, after receiving all this high frequency light from the portals that have been opened, we want to be able to sit with these emotions, actually alchemize this energy, okay, with awareness, and we'll feel that the body yield. And again, that is a changing, people call it reprogramming subconscious patterns, healing energy, different ways of putting it, healing dense energy. We want to focus and hold and process these emotions until the body can actually yield and move out of that fight or flight. So that's what's happening right now. A lot of you may be experiencing that. Now, some of you may not be experiencing a lot of these emotions. They may not be coming up right now because you've done a lot of healing work. You've gotten good at holding the space. You're maintaining awareness in the body. You're not reacting to things. Maybe you're just not feeling anything. And that's another thing that can happen after these high frequency portals. When we bring this light in and start to integrate this light, this high frequency energy, is we get into a period of a void. Now, when we're in a void period, you're simply just not really feeling much of anything. And a lot of times when we approach these portals and we know this energy is coming in, we expect miraculous, glorious things to happen. That's the mind. Okay, so the mind has expectations, and I've always, I've talked in videos about not having expectations. We want to be able to stay in the moment, pull our awareness into the present, and just allow whatever condition comes, just allow it to be. So if you're in a period of a void, that's a very good sign, okay? Because what has happened is, your soul, more of your soul has landed. Even if you're feeling fear, anxiety, and you're doing some clearing and healing right now energetically, same thing, more of your soul has landed. But if you're in a void period, you're in a space of just being and existing. So what's happening is this energy is it's integrating within your body. And that's what you want to be. Now, you may have, your mind may be flying off saying, well, something's got to be happening. This doesn't feel so good. This void just doesn't feel right. It's uncomfortable. And that's okay. That's because the mind always has to have a cause and effect in a solution to a problem. What's happening is your soul is saying, I am landing, I am integrating, and you're feeling uncomfortable. We need to sit with this feeling and allow it to be. Okay, because a lot of times being present doesn't feel so comfortable because the mind chatter is always running on high. So you may not have the chatter, you may have simply a feeling of uncomfortableness because your mind is aligned with some sort of expectation. Sit with that feeling of uncomfortableness and allow that to be. Because out of this void comes guidance, comes communication with your higher self, communication with your guides. It's a very, very positive experience. Get used to this situation, get used to this void. And these voids come in cycles. You'll have a lot of energy. You'll move through a creative process. Maybe you'll start to deconstruct some areas of your life, maybe declutter, maybe wind down on a project, move into another, and want to move into another project. But in between these cycles, you have a period of this voidness, this nothingness. And this is getting you in tune with your soul, grounding more of your energy, and preparing you to take the next step. So this is the golden time. If you're feeling this void right now, after the portal, after the solstice, take it to heart. Go back to your body, do your breath work, meditate, ground, and allow it to be. Because you are going to be moving again soon into even more alignment with your soul. And amazing things are going to start happening. But in order to allow that, in order to become available for that guidance to come through, for that knowing to come through, and not rely on our logical mind, we need to get comfortable with this space. This is where we want to retrieve our soul memories and our guidance from. This space of quiet, this space of nothingness. Because to the mind, it's nothingness, and that's why we feel uncomfortable. But from our soul's perspective, it's the doorway to everything. Get comfortable with that. And again, if you're having dense emotions come up, do the breath work, ground, meditate, create that space, get present through these techniques, and allow these feelings to be. And you will feel them yield within the body. And that is a surefire sign that you are on the right track. So I hope this video resonated with you guys. If you liked the video, please hit the thumbs up button. I'd really appreciate it. Leave a comment. Love to hear if you're going through any of these symptoms. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. I would so much appreciate it. Until next time, love and light.